Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Mike again, and thanks for showing up. If this is your first time, man, welcome. If this is one of your many trips by here, welcome. Um, I don't know where I was going with that. It's always funny when I start these out so early. This is it's right around 3 o'clock, August the 14th. It's Wednesday morning here. Um, my friends down under, it's 8 p.m. I guess there somewhere around there. Um, so let's just get right into it. Another request. This one's from Rella. Thanks, Rella, for the for interacting and for the request. You wanted to hear Graham Connors sing "The Ringer and the Princess." So this is another new one for me. I don't know who Graham Connors is. I've never heard of him, but yeah, man. So without further delay, let me put these earphones in case he starts right out, and I don't want to miss anything. All right, man. So strap on, strap in, and let's get this thing going.
You didn't seem to mind the name. Aboriginal and Asian blood ran 50-50 in his veins. With skin like saddle leather, an inscrutable kind of smile beneath the brim of his akubra. He had the dreaming in his eyes. She had a bloodline back to Europe. The boss's daughter, Mary Ann. Home for Christmas at the station from a boarding school in Cairns. With such a perfect face and figure, the boys would blush when she walked by. Behind her back they called her princess, 'cause she had the distance in her eyes. Oh, the ringer and the princess, the dingo and the deer. I'll tell you their story if you want to hear. December rain fell with a vengeance from a cyclone in the Gulf. Bone-dry gullies turned to rivers, while the plains became a sea of mud. So the boss called everyone together, the family and the station hands, to open gates and knock down fences and give the stock a fighting chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop it right there just so I can. Man, I gotta remember about taking that cursor up a little bit so that line will disappear because I've been noticing that there's double lines if I look over here where it's gives me a show of what is being recorded. Uh, yeah. Anyway, Graham Connors and The Ringer and the Princess. You know, I, I like I like this kind of intimate music and just a guitar and man, even if the dude on the violin or whatever it's called, uh, even if he didn't join in, this is still just an awesome little one guy and a guitar, man. It always amazes me how much a professional can get across with so little accompaniment and so little production. I mean, we're so used to today that all the music is just overproduced. The artist gets in there and then they add this and they add that and they add this and the lights and the pyrotechnics, and you got somebody dressed up like a monkey, or a freaking somebody's leading a tiger across the stage. Man, all that is cool, but that doesn't tell you anything about the music. And when you watch something like this, man, uh, it allows your brain, instead of focusing on what's going on in the production, it allows you to focus on the talent and the lyrics. And yeah, man, I can visualize myself just this is another one of those deals of just cruising down the road. Um, yeah, I'm pretty much a loner, man. So I don't like a big crowds, and I don't like to spend my Saturdays or Sundays going where there's a bunch of people just to feel like I'm alive. I feel more alive, man. I feel more alive to me just driving in my old truck, on country roads, and maybe stopping at a country store and getting a Dr. Pepper and some barbecue potato chips. And um, man, that's about as basic. And yeah, it's just about as basic as I am. Uh, I'm not introverted because I can go to these big, crowds and fit in and talk and everything, but I'm happier when it's just me and my old truck and it's loud and you can't hear anything but the wind and the road, and then you got somebody like this just playing in kind of like in the background. Wow, to me that's living. So thanks, Rella, for the request. I would have never heard of Graham Connor's The Ringer and the Princess. So I will definitely, yeah, I'm gonna put this on my road trip song playlist. So I really like it. Thanks again. Let's get back to it.
Well, the princess, she was out there, riding right alongside the men, leading horses up to safety, trying to bring the stragglers in, till she heard a wild commotion a little further down the way. A mare was trying to cross a gully, and its foal was being washed away. Now the young have always been impulsive. The princess had no second thoughts. She rode a mountain to that gully, trying to save the drowning horse. But in the midst of the raging waters, her pony lost its step and fell, and with her foot caught in the stirrup, the princess disappeared as well. Now Dingo saw the whole thing happen, and like a man possessed, he rode straight into that swollen gully, about 100 yards below. And by the time the others got there, all hope of finding her was gone, till Dingo staggered from the water with the princess in his arms.
This is a great story, man. Um, yeah, I'm really liking it. And a while ago I said violin. That close up, I think it's a cello. I'm not very musically inclined to identify all these instruments, but I think that's what that his partner is playing, and it does. don't get me wrong when I said that it could just be him and his guitar. That guy does add to it. That's not what I was saying. I was just saying that had that guy not been there, I think it still would have been okay. You know, if not ever hearing the cello, add to this, I wouldn't have known what was missing. That's what makes me a cop and this guy a professional musician. They know, they know this stuff that that can fit into the background, and it just works.
Oh, the ringer and the princess, the dingo and the deer. I'll tell you their story if you want to hear. Now the princess owns the station. Her dad, the boss, has long since died. And although she never married, Dingo's always by her side. And still the gossips talk about them, even after all these years, about the ringer and the princess, the dingo and the deer. About the ringer and the princess, the dingo and the deer.
Wow, man. What was his name? Graham Connors. You knocked that out of the park, Graham. Uh, Man, I thought, what is a ringer? I don't know what a ringer is. Could y'all just put in the comments what a ringer is? I will read the comments before I will go look it up on Wikipedia or whatever. Same way with the dingo. Didn't he say the dingo showed came out of the water with the princess in his arms? I thought a dingo, and I might have heard that wrong, but I thought a dingo was like a dog or something. Anyway, y'all y'all will let me know. I'm sure this is probably one of your guys down there that like John Denver was to us. Just a great storyteller that could really paint this picture, because I could visibly uh see what he was talking about, and I'm just amazed when artists can do that. So yeah, I'm happy, man. Thanks for that request, Rella, and I'll get this uploaded as soon as I can. This is this request is 2 days old, but I get so many that I try to work through them just as much as I can. So yeah, so thanks, man, and that's going to do it for me. If this is your first time, thanks for showing up. For everybody else, if you've been here before, man, and you haven't subscribed, I would sure appreciate it if you would, or at least give it more consideration. Okay, so until I see y'all again, I'll catch y'all down the road. Thanks again, man. So bye, y'all.